Today I'll be discussing about how to create solar system VR scene in Unity. So first I'll introduce Unity. I'll introduce various components in Unity, and slowly I'll introduce how to add physics to the objects, how to add texture to the objects in Unity, and later I'll introduce some concepts of animation, and I'll also finally show how to write scripts in the C# programming language, so that you can make the objects to behave as you decide. So let us first start with basics in Unity. So this is the screen. So as you can see here, you have objects. You can have a lot of 3D objects like cubes, spheres, and various other things, and 2D objects. So there are many properties here, but I'll be mostly focusing on the relevant objects which are essential for creating the solar system we are seeing. So let me start by first considering a plane. So yeah, let me select a plane. So as you can see here, this is a plane. So here you have three axes, x, y, z. The positions of the plane are indicated here, and so you can always position it to 0 0 0. So this is and you can always scale it. So let me scale it to 10. So okay, so let me scale it to 10. So yeah, this is how it looks like. So let me add one. Yeah, so this is a plane. So currently I'm not choosing any rotation, so position is also 0 0 0. So this particular directions indicate how, so that you can move the plane top and bottom, left and right, and forward and backward. And you can always have different options. You can rotate this plane, and you can scale it. Various other options you have. You can move it, so something like this. You can move this particular plane above and below. You can see here the y-axis changes accordingly, and you can always move forward and backward. So the x-axis changes. So in this way you can change the position of the plane. So let me keep it back to 0 0 0. So now, so this is the plane. So let me now add another object, which is a sphere. So let me consider a sphere. So I have considered a sphere. So as you can see here, so by default we have a main camera and a direction light, and now we have a sphere. Let me first pull that sphere and increase the dimension so that it would be visible. So 3, and so this is our sphere, as you can see. And in Mac, if you are working in Mac, you can always use the option of option and left click, so that you can always rotate the screen and see from different directions, different orientations. So this is how it would be, and there would definitely be a equivalent in Windows. So and if you see the camera, so this is a camera view. So this is the camera preview, and you can always move the camera so that appropriately the preview changes. So let me keep it in the same position, and you have a directional light, and you can always change the position of the direction light. So let me keep that aside first, and let us yeah, make the position once again 0 0 0. And yeah, this is a sphere position, so I'm just moving it. So let me keep it in another view. So yeah, so you can always move forward or zoom in or zoom out. So this is a sphere now. So let me explain few things using this game object. So let me first explain physics, how to add physics to this sphere. So in Unity you can you can make an object behave with the physics of in physics. So let me show it to you how we can do this. So as you can see here, you can just select this object and go to components, physics and rigid body. So now here, once you select the rigid body under the sphere inspector, so these are all properties of the sphere. Since you have selected the sphere, so it shows only the properties of sphere. So here you can see use gravity. It has been by default. It has been selected. That means now this is going to behave like a uh, sphere which is kind of uh, free falling object. It behaves like a free falling object if you release from here. So let us see how it behaves. Let me play this. So this is a play option. As you can see here, now the ball, the sphere has fallen to the plane. So let me come back to the normal position now. So yeah, you can always change the view of the main camera. Here the currently the camera view is in this manner. So let me also increase the camera size. So and yeah, it will always see in the direction of the blue color arrow mark. So let me increase, you can always increase the height, so that now let me once again play the show, demonstrate you the physics. As you can see now, so it just fall onto the plane. So let us move forward and uh, see the other aspects. For example, let me now show it to you how to add texture. Okay, how to add texture to this object. Okay, so first before that, so you need to you will be having these options of uh, project window and animation. You can always make it to come out, or you can keep it here so that you can quickly move. So that you also have animation, you can select all these from this Windows option. So general, if you select project, you would be able to, project window appears here. In the same way, the inspector or hierarchy, all those things would be visible. So let me first, and you can get the, and also the animator, and in the under the animation you can select this, so that animation window will also be popped up. So let me first show you how to make how to add texture. So right click here, under projects you have assets, so just right click, go to create and add material. So here just say some color. So first I'll show it how to add a color, and later I'll show how a particular image can be wrapped around a sphere. So color, so let me select this a particular color. So when you select this particular material, you would get your particular material, you would get this inspector window where you can change the color. So let me select some color. So you just go and keep this at the position so that you can see the changes in the color. So let me take this and now add it to the object. In the same way, you can always change the color of the plane. So let me once again create a material, create material. So say color 1, and you can select some color, blue, or yeah, you can just pick some color, and you can paste this color, you can just drag this color onto this. So now you are able to see this. So you can always view it in a full screen mode or in a bigger screen by pressing shift space. So we can zoom the screen so that we can have a larger view by pressing the maximize button, and you can press the play button. So as you can see, it behaves similar to a real sphere falling from a height. So let us go back to the normal mode, and yeah, now we have seen how to add a color how to choose material and add a color to an 3D object. Now let us see how to add a particular texture or a texture captured from an image. uh, so for that, let us first create a new material. So consider, let us create earth texture and add it to the sphere. So before that, we need to have an image of a earth texture. So let me import uh, a new asset. So I have a images earth image, so let me load that. I got it from the internet. So yeah, now once I got this, how to append or how to wrap this image around this sphere. So let me first go to this material, and here you can see a shader. Select legacy shaders and go to diffuse. So as you can see here, you will be able to see an option to select an image. So click on it. So these are all already existing images, or yeah, so these are all there in assets. So let me select one of the image. So once we have selected, it wraps around the sphere, as you can see. Now you can drag this sphere onto this particular sphere. So let us see how it looks like. Yeah, so this is how you can add an image wrapped around a sphere. So we have seen how to add textures. Now let us go and see some basic animations in Unity. So here you have an option to select called animator. So animation, so that you can see you can view this window. So once you are here, so our job is to first to select uh, the object. So let me select that. Yes, sphere. And now, so let us record, let us create the animation. So the first thing to do is to give a name to the animation. So let me give it as move. So once we have given the name to the animation, so we have selected the sphere here. So just press this button, and then you can select a different position, say one, and just drag the, you can automatically see few rhombus shaped dots here on the both the sides. So now we can test whether the animation is working or not. So it would be something like this. So so to test it neatly, so let me zoom the screen. So go to maximize and play. As you can see, this is about shifting the position. So now let us try to add more other type of animations, like rotate, rotate around its own axis. So I have to say, before starting the rotating around its axis, I have to discuss something about these three axes here. So the coordinates are, the rotation coordinates should be understood with respect to each axis. So for example, when I say, when I am adding y is equal to 90 degrees, so what does it mean is the xy plane, here the y is in green color, so this is y axis. So the xy plane would be rotated uh, with respect to this axis. Let me show that first. 90 degrees. So as you can see, the green axis is remains same, but the xz plane has been shifted. So in the same way, if you want to rotate towards if you want to uh, rotate along with respect to this z axis, then you need to uh, create the angle. So the z-axis would be same, but the plane yz xy plane would be rotated with respect to the z-axis. So this is how the rotation, the convention, angular conventions in Unity works. So let me now discuss how we can create rotation rotation animation. So first let me start with so here this is the current position. So now let me take this, so let me start record. So currently it is this position, and now I'll bring it to here, and here I'll change it to 90 degrees, but I should be extremely careful here around. So the my sphere should be are rotated along a particular axis. It rotates along a particular axis. I need to mention that axis. So here this corresponds to the y-axis. So I'll give here 90 degrees. So now it is rotating along, the sphere will rotate along the y-axis. So as you can see, it is already, you are able to see a mark here which indicates the rotation. So now let me test the animation. So you can see that there is a rotation which is happening. We can zoom it and see it, and we can also, yeah, so here we are rotating the objects. So in the same way, if you want to view the same sphere from a path, you can change the rotation of the main camera. So let me show that at this moment. So till now we were doing the animation for the sphere. Let me create the animation for camera. So create. So here let me say move one more. I can say that I want to rotate. So rotate cam. So save that. Now here you are at a position. So let us record. So consider you want to record for 1 second. So now you are at this position. So let me add a mark here and change the main camera's rotation to, so I want to move this currently at this, it is at this particular point camera. So I want to move along some directions. So let me put some arbitrary directions. Say I want to rotate by say 130 degrees, and or I can't see anything. So let me, so 100 degrees. So let us see that and test the animation. So if we play, as you can see the view of the camera view is changing. Let me zoom it. So there are many things which are happening here. The sphere is also being, it's moving, it is getting translated its position, it is getting rotated along its axis, and the camera is rotating along y-axis. So this is how we can add the animation, and we can rotate or move. Anything is possible with all the objects of Unity. So here camera is also one of the object. The same way we can rotate anything or move anything. So this is the concept behind the animation. But as you can see, it is easy to translate the position of a sphere, but if you want to move the sphere in a particular path, like a circular path, it's not easy to put points and make the sphere rotate around a particular object. So since we are aiming towards a solar system, so let me first introduce to you how we can program this animation, or using C# language. So let me first introduce C# language, and let us create the circular rotation of a sphere. So let us start with C# programming language. Before that, since we are aiming for solar system, we are seen. So let me first remove the animations which have added earlier. So just click on this, remove properties, and in the same way we have also added an animation to the main camera. So let me remove all those things. Now it is just without animation. So let me play and show it to you. So it is an animation with a basic physics. Sorry, it's a sphere with a basic physics. So let us now see how we can add different what how we can add a C# script. So since we want to rotate a spherical object around another spherical object, so let me add one more sphere here. So let me add that. So say I want to let have increased the dimensions. Let me view it in a different direction. So now let us make our this particular sphere rotate around this particular sphere. Okay, so we have here two spheres, one is this and the other is this. So let me call this as say sun, and let me call this as say earth. Okay, so now I want to create a C# script under earth. So let me now go here, go to project. So right click, create C# script. So it shows here. So this is for rotation. So now just click on this. So it will open through in Visual Studio. By default there is a script here. So following are the things which we are supposed to do before we start with the main component of rotation. So let me first introduce few variables here. So before that, this video assumes that you are little familiar with the programming language, basics of programming languages like variables, functions, and class. So it assumes these are the prerequisites which are needed to understand this. So let me first create a public variable pu type game object, and let me name it as say sphere. Okay, and now let me add one more. Okay, you have to end with semicolon. So let me add one more variable, float speed is one more variable. Okay, end with semicolon. So we have added two variables. So let me now write a program here which is orbit around. So I'm writing a function. So that function is once again defined here. So the function name is orbit around. So void, I'm defining the function here. So so here the main component comes. So these are the whatever sphere which we give as an input, we have to transform or rotate around another particular reference. So let me write the program corresponding to a transform. So there is already some many building functions which will help us, so we don't need to write the complete path. So rotate, as you can see here, rotate around. If So transform dot rotate around. So you have a sphere, sphere, sphere dot transform dot position, comma. There is a syntax, as you can see here. Transform dot rotate around has a particular syntax. So let us go with the same syntax. Vector 3, and I want to move with respect to the axis, y axis, which is 0 1 0, and I have a, here I can declare the speed is also a one more variable. We have an access to put arbitrary values that I'll show it little later. So time, there is already, so this time is with respect to how it updates. So how, let me write the first the program and explain to you how the unity runs and what is going to happen inside. So delta time, so let me complete this. So what unity does is it keeps on, for every frame it will keep on run this particular code. So every time so for every successive updates there will be a time delay. So that is what is given here. And speed, this is mentioned in angular radians. So you have, so the overall thing is an angle here, and this is with respect to the what axis you want to rotate, and this is the position. So let us see how it works. So this is a program which we have written. We can save it and we can just minimize this. The script is already there here, so you can just, so this is currently there under the earth, as you can see here. So we have a, so it is coming under here. So we named it as sphere. So let us, so first let us add these to earth. Okay, so now you can see here rotation script. So it is asking inputs here, so let me give some input. Speed is, say I want to have it 1, and with respect to what you want to rotate, I want to rotate with respect to sun. So let me add these to here, and now let me play. So as you can see, when you play the, so when you play it, it is able to rotate. So the problem earlier was when you see here, we have added earlier use gravity. So the gravity was kind of dominating, so it just fall down. So whereas now I've just removed the gravity here and I've increased the speed to 5. So let me maximize and show it to you. So still it is rotating very slow. Maybe we can increase some more speed. Say let me increase the speed to say 15. So let us see how it rotates. As you can see, it is very nicely rotating around the sun. So let us now add more planets. So now the job is very easy. So let us add more planets and make it a complete solar system. So let me minimize this first. So yeah, So here, let me first increase the dimensions in a particular ratio. Sun is much bigger than Earth, so let me say 10 times. Yeah, so Sun is of this size, so we have Earth here, and let me move a little farther, and we have, so let us see it in a different view. Yeah, let us add few more planets. So first let me add, so I've copied and pasted, so let me add Mercury, which is very small. We can always write the accurate dimensions, but I'm here just writing it in a approximated manner. So yeah, maybe it is very small, so let us keep it one. Yeah, now it is visible. So let me rename it to Mercury, and so let me also add more planets like that. So let me add Venus, so rename it. So let us move Venus and make the size something like 2. Yeah, so we have Earth, we have now Mars, we have Jupiter. So Jupiter is much bigger in size, something like say 6, and now I have Saturn. So let me also increase the plane size, so that say I'll create it to 50, so that I can move farther. So let me add Saturn. I'll change the texture little later. So for the Saturn I'll give 555 as a size. We can always check the exact dimensions, and we can make it look like solar system. So then we have some more planets, like we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So Pluto is very small, and Neptune is also not too big. Let me give it this way. And we have Uranus, which is, yeah, created all the planets. Let me change the texture for each planet. So in order to change the texture, so we have already seen that. Let me first create some uh, material. So create material, so Mercury. So I have already some images, so I can load the images of Mercury. So let me show it to you. So let me take Mercury image. So this is the Mercury image. So let me wrap it around Mercury sphere. So I have already discussed how to wrap that. Go to shader, uh, and legacy shaders, diffuse, and select this image, and it is already wrapped. So now your job is to just, yeah, keep it on this particular small, or say on this Mercury. So it's yeah, let me first select this and kind of it is very small, so it's not possible to add that way. So let me first zoom in somewhat, get it to some height, or change the angular direction and select, and now you drag this onto it. Yeah, so once you drag, you can always keep it to the same position as earlier. So Mercury in general is little not in the same plane as other planet. There is some that's why we get this disc shape structure to the solar system. Mercury doesn't lie in the exact plane. Rest of the planets on more or less are on the same plane. So let me select the second one. So this is Venus. So first let me create a material for Venus. So create material Venus, and let me add a new, import new asset. Here I have Venus. So Venus also looks somewhat similar, and now I would wrap this, go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, and select add Venus. So you have got Venus. Now just load the Venus onto this particular planet. So now this is Earth. Now let us go to Mars. So Mars, we have to create a material first. So let me do that. So now let me add a new asset, bring Mars, and go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, select this image and add Mars. So we got Mars. So add Mars to this particular. Now we have Jupiter. So here the names has not got changed. So let me rename this. This is Mars. This is Jupiter. This is Saturn. This is Uranus. This is Neptune. And this is Pluto. So let us add material to Jupiter. So Jupiter. So let us bring new asset, get Jupiter, import, and add these to, go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, and select image. So now you can see Jupiter. So just bring these two onto the Jupiter. So now we have Saturn. So create material for Saturn. So now bring new asset, Saturn, import, and we don't get the rings. We may need to do some additional things, but we just get the normal texture of Saturn. So legacy shaders, diffuse, select Saturn, and now you drag and drop onto Saturn. Yeah, Uranus, new material, Uranus, import new asset, Uranus. So now go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, select select. Now you have Uranus, so you got this, load this onto the, okay, so these are your planets. So somewhat Mercury is not, it's very much too much and not aligned. Take Neptune, create a material, name it as Neptune, go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, select. So we haven't imported Neptune's, so first import new asset. So Neptune and Pluto, let us do it simultaneously, maybe that is easier way. So we have this Neptune, so this is Neptune, so select image, so this is Neptune, so drag Neptune onto, yeah, there is a final planet, so let us go to it, which is Pluto. So we have already imported the asset for Pluto, which is here. So let me create a new material, name it as Pluto. Now go to shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, and select image, select. So Pluto is icy structure, so we have this particular color. Okay, select this, yeah. So yeah, so this is how a solar system looks like. No, we haven't done for sun, so let us also do it for sun. So let me create a material for sun, and let us import new asset. So there are many, this is, so this is much more better, burning sun, yeah. So let us now, where is the sun, shader, legacy shaders, diffuse, select image, select sun image, and now it got wrapped around it, sun has got wrapped around it. So now select this and drag onto sun. So we have done all the planets and the solar and the sun. So I'm not considering satellites like moon, all other things, and the rings of Saturn. So let us first test this, and let us, so I've given the same speed to everything. So first let us test that, and let us change the speed later. So this is also not centered, so let me first center it so that we can see it, and yeah, this is how the planets rotate around the sun. But I mean, like, they don't rotate in the same way, they have a different, their speeds are different, and so let us change the speeds. So we can always put the exact speeds, but let me take some random values and place it so that it gives a perception of they being different. So let me select each one. So in order to change the speed of a particular uh, planet, we have to first select the, yeah, we have an option here. So speed, so sun, no, this is not sun. So this is for the speed of, okay, Mercury. So we are doing for Mercury, so let us change the so I'm assuming that Mercury is very fast. We can always see the exact values. I'm just setting it to some random values here. So let me take this 45. Where is Earth? Okay, Earth is here. So Mars, say Mars is faster. Jupiter, say Jupiter is. So these are all random values, just but we can always see to the exact values of speed of planets and place it accordingly. Uranus, say slow 10, Neptune, say 20, Pluto, say 10. So let us see now. Let us maximize this and so this is how planets are rotating. So we can always add more, make it complex, and add animations to each individual planet to rotate around its own axis, and also make the yeah, you can always increase the complexity. But so this is how a basic this solar system looks like. Yeah, so let us discuss how this particular solar system can be converted into a VR app. So that I'll discuss now. Let us see how we can develop a VR app of solar system. So we have already seen this how the scene works. So this is a different view, camera view. Uh, so I've already shown this. So let me quickly introduce how you can create a VR app using this. So go to build settings. So here you will be having many particular options to which app you want to create. Want to create an Android app here. So before doing this process, you may need to install few things. I'll just show it to you what you need to install. So uh, you can go through this link, Google VR SDK for Unity. The process has been explained very neatly here. So I'm assuming that you have done this. So once you have done, you will be able to see such a things here. So here there are a few things which you need to change. Player settings. Under player settings, you need to give a some company name, and yeah, you should also change the company name here. And the name of the and also the name of the app, solar system demo. Yeah, so there are a few more things here. Minimum API level should be above 5 or 5.1. I'll choose 5.1. Should be above it is neatly explained in the link which I've shown earlier. It should be above 5.1. So and the other things which we are supposed to also change is, so we are trying to create app for like I'm trying to create an app for a cardboard. So let me show those settings to you. Yeah, XR settings. Here I need to change virtual reality supported, virtual reality SDKs. What we need to add few. So these are the devices, these are the virtual reality devices. So I'm adding cardboard compatible. So yeah, these are the things which we need to add, and few more things like so once we have done this, so also we need to change the platform. Here earlier it was PC Mac, now we are changing it to Android. So it will take some time. So it has changed the platform. Now let me build and run. So I need to save this, save as my solar system demo, save. So I have connected my Android device here, and there are other settings which you need to make your Android phone to work as a developer. So here it hasn't detected it, so let me try it once again. So it will ask an option. I'll So it has asked an option in my Android phone, so I've selected OK. So now let me build and run. So it will save it as, we can also save it as an APK file and share it to others, the app, so that others can also view and see it. If you build it, you can save it as an APK. If you do build and run, it will automatically generate the VR file into your phone, Android phone. So I have focused on Android, whereas you can always create for others. So in the Android phone, there are certain settings, developer settings, which you need to change, that I'll discuss at the end. So first let me show it to you, the app. So this is the VR scene which is being shown, or which you can see through Android phone. So as you can see, there are a number of planets which are visible, all are rotating around the sun. The ones which you are seeing, the black color or the shadows, yeah, here I can't rotate it towards completely. Yeah, this is how a VR app looks in your Android phone. So we place this phone into a VR headset and we view the solar system. So we can do a lot of things. Many other things can be done, like a person can move in the VR environment so that you get a feel of moving around in the VR scene. So yeah, that I'm not discussing in this video. Yeah. So I hope you are able to understand how you can create a VR scene. So many of the material which I've got it from various sources, so which are publicly available. So yeah, I hope it is helpful to you and it might inspire you to create other VR scenes. And the potential of using Unity for various animations is huge. So we can create a lot of stuff. So I hope you have enjoyed listening to this and viewing this. Thank you.